What is up, guys? Welcome everyone to a new golf making video. So this one is going to be a different type of farm compared to the others that we usually do, because this one is going to be about fishing. We are not going to be killing mobs here, we are going to be fishing the mobs. So the first thing that you need to know is that this farm takes place in anywhere in midnight, and you might find that strange, but I'll explain that in a moment. You basically can be anywhere, right? But if you are on Sulaman, I believe the most expensive fish will drop in this area in Sulaman. However, it's a bit annoying because you are gonna be getting every once in a while some mobs that are gonna attack you, right? Like some mobs are gonna appear out of the water and they're gonna go and attack you, right? So for that reason, I actually don't go here to Sulaman, even though the most expensive fish you will find them here most of the times. But I usually stay in Silvermoon because in Silvermoon these aggressive mobs they will not appear and you can basically do it in a very more relaxed way. Especially if you have like a second screen, you know, you're watching like some series, you're watching some other YouTube video or whatever, right? Then that way fishing gets very nice to do, right? So first of all, wanted to explain the fish part, but the fish part is not really the main thing here. What we are looking for is some epic items that they can drop anytime that you are fishing. They're called Lost. Let me show you current expansion. So you can see all of these purple items. You can see they are quite expensive, and they also sell really fast because even if they are transmog, they are cosmetic items, they are still current content, so they are going to sell relatively fast on a few times of posting them. And you can see some of them are going for like 100k, and this is really nice, right? And you're also going to consider that I'm on a high population realm, which means that there's a lot of competition here and people are dropping the prices like crazy, right? But if you go to like a realm that has like relatively mid population, then you can sell this for like easily double or sometimes even triple the price, right? Um, so yeah, you can see a lot of this. Overall, they look really nice. You can see this sword, for example, looks amazing, right? And all of them look really nice, and all of them are unique appearances, of course, right? Which makes them even more valuable because there's no other item that has that look, right? So the first thing you need to know, and you want to be careful with this, is that when you are fishing, what a lot of people do is they just zoom in, right? Now you don't want to zoom in like this. Why? Because if you zoom in like that, you're not going to realize that you're going to be getting some treasure chests to your sides every once in a while, right? So what happens is that when you are fishing, you have a small chance of getting a treasure chest that appears like close to you, and then you have to loot it, and then that chest has a small chance of dropping some of those purple cosmetic items that we just saw, right? So this is very important because at the beginning I was fishing like this for a long time, and I was like, wait, what's going on? Why am I never getting these items, right? But you have to be careful. You have to be careful because you will need to they appear to the sides usually. Sometimes they appear on the back, so make sure to have the zoom really far away. But yeah. So one of the tricks that I can tell you to maximize the earnings on this farm is you want to go to the auction house, and you want to write angler, and you want to filter by current expansion, and you can see some items here. Well, first of all, and just to be clear, you don't need any fishing level skill. Okay, you don't need to be any high fishing skill. You can be level 1 and these items can drop, which is really nice. I mean, these purple items that we were talking about. Now, yeah, now you want to also consider this. Like there are these two items, the Angler's Bloom line and the Angler's Glimmer line, that you can buy on the auction house, or you can also create them from different parts that you get on the treasure chests from time to time. You will need to get quite a few, so if you wanna be as efficient as possible, you can just buy this from the auction house, right? They go for a lot of gold, as you can see, right? They are quite expensive. Like this is very relatively big investment, no, for just one gold farm. So you wanna be careful because you need one of these. You need a bloom line and you need one of the glimmer line in order to be able to create the Midnight Angler's Grand line, which basically all that item does. I mean, you can also buy it here, but it's usually a bit cheaper to just get these two and combine them together, right? But what this item does is, as you can see, it says whenever you acquire treasures, you just acquire another, right? So in very simple terms, that's basically doubling the chance of getting epic items. So yeah, now even if you use this the chance of getting epic items, they are low chance. Like some people have been fishing for hours and they don't get any. So you wanna be aware of this. Like I wouldn't recommend you to be like, okay, let's just buy this item right away and let's just start. If you're really sure that you're gonna enjoy fishing for a long time because you just do it on a second monitor while you are doing something else, then yes, then that's a great idea. But if you're just trying out fishing, or if you're just like, maybe you are bored a bit and you wanna fish, but like you are not really too much into fishing, then I wouldn't recommend you spending a lot of gold into this, right? Because then I don't think it's gonna be worth it. Unless you really put a good amount of hours, right? And then as usual, you wanna also get any of the profession tools that you can see they are available here. I'm not exactly sure if they do help with the drops. Some people say they do, some people say they don't. I'm not exactly sure. But at the current price that they are going, I think I will go for one anyways. No, they are not too expensive, as you can see. The most expensive one here is 2k gold. And as usual, if you want to get it as cheap as possible, what you want to do is go to a high population realm. Even if you don't play on a high population realm, you can just create a level 1 character. You can get to the city, right? You can get to the World Bank, and from there you can just pass some gold to the character, and then you can buy the item on the auction house, right? So that's a good way of doing this. So yeah, that's pretty much the gold farm. I hope you found this video useful. I'll see you on the next one and have a good day. Bye bye.